Hi, I'm Heather. Welcome to my channel. For more fun, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the little bell to get notified when I post new videos. Today I have 3 different pasta dishes to share with you. One will be beef tips and mushroom, and that will be cooked mostly in the oven. The second one is an all-in-one pasta dish. It will be cooked in a Dutch oven or on top of the stove. And the third is spaghetti pie that will be cooked in the crock pot. I hope you find some recipes that you enjoy, and we'll get started. First, I'm going to show you how to make beef tips in mushroom sauce, which can also be made into a beef stroganoff if you prefer. You're going to start out with a 2-quart casserole dish, and you're just going to put each of the ingredients, just dump it right into the bowl. We've got 2 pounds of cubed stew meat, a can of cream of mushroom soup, a package of dry onion soup mix, or you can use a package of stroganoff seasoning mix if you've got something like that on hand. Just dump it all in on top of each other. Then we're going to go with 2 cans of mushrooms, or you can use fresh mushrooms. I like to use about 5 ounces. Just going to cut them up into bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to take a cup of either 7-Up or red wine or red cooking wine, which is what I've got here. And you're just going to pour that right in on top. We're going to give everything a good stir here. Get it mixed up really well. And then we're going to take some aluminum foil or a lid if your bowl has a lid. And you're going to want to cover it very tightly because the steam will get trapped in there, and that's what's going to cook the meal. After that, you're going to put it in a 275-degree oven for 4 hours without peeking or opening the stove. And here's our finished product. I let it stand for 10 or 15 minutes so the sauce can thicken up a little bit. And then I usually add about 3/4 cup of sour cream if we want to make it into a stroganoff. And this is something we either serve on a bed of noodles or rice. Either one tastes really good. As you can see here, I kind of used a combination of rotini noodles and egg noodles that were left over, and I paired it with corn. So now we're going to get started onto the next recipe. Our next meal is a 1-pot pasta. You're going to start by using a Dutch oven or a kettle and put 8 ounces of spaghetti in the pot. Then you're going to add 8 ounces of fresh sliced mushrooms. You'll follow that with about 4 ounces or so of spinach. You can use baby spinach or regular spinach. 8 ounces of sliced cherry or grape tomatoes. And then you're going to add onion. I added about half of an onion, but you can add it as much as you want. We're going to season with Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, and garlic. After that, we're going to put 4 cups of water in. And we're going to bring it to a boil. Kind of make sure everything gets down in the pot, stirring every couple of minutes so everything can cook evenly. And you're just going to keep cooking that down for about 10-15 minutes. And just keep cooking and stirring until most of the water evaporates. And you're just going to have enough at the bottom for like a light sauce. And you're going to just serve it up on a plate. You can leave it plain, or we like to put some sea scallops over ours and a lot of Parmesan cheese. Our third and final dish today will be a Crock Pot Spaghetti Pie. It was 100 degrees this day, so I decided to try it in the crock pot instead of the oven like I normally do. So I started off by boiling some water, and then I put 8 ounces of dry spaghetti in. You're going to want to cook it about like normal, maybe taking it out a little early, maybe, only 8 minutes instead of 10 minutes, because it is going to cook a little extra when it gets in the crock pot. I prefer my pasta al dente, and I wished I would have taken it out a little sooner than I did. Now over here, we're going to start browning the ground beef. I'm just going to take about 1.25 pounds of ground beef. You could probably get by with just a pound. Going to get it all browned and broken up, and so the clumps are out of it. And then we're going to drain the grease from that. We're going to drain the water from the spaghetti. And let those sit a second. We're going to get a liner in our crock pot. This is going to help a lot with cleanup and also when we go to serve the spaghetti pie. Next, we're going to take 2 eggs. And I just cracked them in a bowl. And I took a fork and just beat them until they got nice and frothy. And then we're going to pour it right onto the cooked spaghetti. And I just mixed it up. Got the egg so it was around on all of the pasta. And then I put in about 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. So you're going to stir that in, and then you're going to put that in the bottom of your crock pot, so it makes like a crust. I made the bottom a little less deep, and then the sides kind of came up a little bit like you would a pizza crust. And then we're going to put a small container of 1% cottage cheese. Just kind of spread it around on top. And then I prefer Hunt's pasta sauce. You can use your favorite kind. And I took this garlic and herb, and I went ahead and poured it in over the ground beef. And I usually add about a tablespoon of brown sugar. It just takes away some of the acidity, and we like ours a little sweet. So I'm just going to stir this up till it's kind of heated through just a little bit. And then I'm just going to take it and pour it directly on top of the cottage cheese layer. Now you could add mushrooms to this, onion, whatever your family prefers. This was an easy day. I just kind of wanted to dump it in, so I didn't do anything extra. After this, we're going to put over about 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese. And we're going to put the lid on. We're going to cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours. And we took it out right at 6. It worked out great. I just pulled it out by the liner and put it into a 9x13 pan. You ready to eat? You can see how it kind of comes out. It's not as pretty as when it's cooked in a pan and comes out of the oven. And when you take it out, it does fall apart. It won't stay in your nice little squares. But it tasted really well. We enjoyed it. We'll make it again. Like I said, it gets a little mushier than when you make it in the oven. But here's the ingredients, and then the rest of the recipe here follows it. And we'll definitely try it again, and let me know what you think in the comments. And that's all 3 of our pasta dishes. We hope you enjoyed these. If so, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. So long.